Hey, my name is Mark Hoover. I am a Fulbrighter here, Fulbright ETA in Andorra. I actually did apply for Andorra. I went to Wake Forest University and graduated in May 2010, so 1 year ago. I was a political science and French double degree from there, and here I am busy learning languages because I don't speak Spanish and I'm learning Catalan. So that's kind of what brought me here to teach English for a year. Next year I'm actually heading back to be an admissions counselor for my university for 2 years with a long-term goal of working in diplomacy and peacekeeping missions through the United Nations is my interest. So I teach here at the Escola Secundaria, like secondary school here in Encamp. Encamp is what you'll hear as the poorest town in Andorra. It's a lot of immigrant kids, so I have a lot of my kids come from immigrant families. I teach only 3rd and 4th years, which is really awesome. So they're 15, 16, about 14 to 16, a few 13-year-olds. And I teach 12 hours of 3rd and 4th years, and then I teach 1 hour to just English students. And then I do 1 hour a week just kind of for fun, but I work with teachers who want to speak English. So I only teach technically 13 hours, and then I have a departmental meeting for 1 hour, and then our big meetings for 1 hour. So normally my technical job here is 15 hours a week, but because of my class schedule, you'll find that you're here a lot more than just those hours, because Encamp takes me 35 minutes to get from my apartment to work, so it's not worth going back a lot of times during the day. Outside of school, well, actually kind of through school, I sing in our school choir, which is really fun. If you would all like singing, I encourage you to do it. The teachers, Jill and Jordi, are awesome. You get to interact with kids on a more personal level, practice Catalan and English with them. And we have been able to go sing within here in Andorra several times, as well as actually a trip into Catalonia. We got to go to kind of more small towns in Catalonia, which are unusual to get to go to. Also, I play football on a Lusitanos professional, semi-professional football team here, and a soccer football team. And I play, and it's very free. I practice once a week. You can practice twice a week too if you want. Other than that, I take Catalan in theory when I go. I take Catalan class, and I also do like a language sopar once a week, which is a very fun way to get to meet people from all over the world and practice Catalan as well. Well, I guess for when I first came to Encamp, I was really impressed. The school is really, really nice resource-wise. I have a beautiful classroom. I have a projector. I have a whiteboard. I have everything I need anytime I need something. Mariona, who you've already met, is amazing. She always works with me to make sure I get what I need, as well as does Christina, who's in charge of my department. Just really amazing resources. So I came in kind of expecting maybe a similar impressive level of my students' level of English, and I found very, very low level of English across the board. I have some excellent students, but across the board a very much lower level than I expected, and that's kind of stuck throughout the year. Their level of English is just a lot lower. I expected to be able to have like discussions, and because my class is supposed to be oral class, and it gets challenging to find ways to do oral classes with a very low level of English. So that's been a big surprise, and I've had to adapt to that and adapt my levels of expectations. Throughout the year, I think things that have changed is I have slowly been able to figure out how to deal better with the discipline of my class, which is a serious issue, and I guess even more so sometimes in Encamp. We have just a lot of our kids come from very broken families and have a lot of problems, so it's interesting learning how to deal with that, especially with a language barrier. But that's the thing that I feel like I've slowly improved on, and the kids have also slowly gained to respect me, or they've given up, I don't know. But so that's something that's changed. The thing I think that I've done the most fun all year is whenever I can get them really excited about something in class, which is not easy to do. But certain music, I've done some music videos that they really enjoy listening to and figuring out what the words say that they sing but they don't know. And also, probably the most entertaining was I did a short skit, like a 5-minute skit with the kids, and they were using like chairs, and they were taking their backpacks, and they were making props out of their paper, and they miraculously brought paper to class that day. So that was probably the most fun because it really just brought out a lot of life out of them. Well, you'll find, I think, quite quickly, I came in knowing nothing about my job or what I was teaching or how many hours or anything. Hopefully, we'll help you a little bit, know a little bit, but to be honest, you can't totally be ready for it because it is very different unless you have teaching experience, I guess. But I would say come in ready. I say come in with a lower level of your expectations of what you can discuss with them. You're not going to be reading Moby Dick with them. They just don't have that kind of level. And if you can think of ways to engage kids, I think you probably can do it even better than I can. But just try to figure out ways to engage them with short skits and music. They have a very low attention span. So you have to try to figure out ways to keep them interested because you're not supposed to make this class academic, which is a challenge. I think I have prepared already, and I'll make sure it gets to you some way, shape, or form. But I'm doing a list of all the third-year students who you'll inherit from me. And hopefully you can read that over, get an idea of what kind of character of your kids. And also I keep a list of all the resources I use here. Internet is your best friend. The internet here is decent, but I load all my YouTubes, anything that requires loading. I do it at home and bring it here because you can't expect to do it in class because the internet's just too slow here. So yeah, I guess to bring yourself, if you can find out ways, find books that tell you, I don't even know, like maybe teaching at like a 5th grade level of English, that's probably really your best level to try to help these kids kind of bring English more interesting to them. Because that's, I think, honestly, their level. But in general, there's always exciting times with the kids here. They're kind of crazy sometimes. But a lot of them are really good kids, especially when you can get to talk to them in small groups. Discipline is going to be your toughest thing. So if you can work on ways to develop your discipline, please come in with an idea of how you want to run your classroom and kind of be a little stricter than you want to be at first. It helps kind of make them respect you because they kind of like to try to take advantage of lectors when they can. So because it's not academic, so you kind of have to be strong when you first come in. Well, I'm really thankful to have lived here in Andorra for this year, to do a teaching Fulbright here. First off, I think the experience here in this school, the teachers here are amazing. They are so supportive, they're friendly, they want to talk to you, they always want to help you when they can. They're not looking over your shoulder, they're not your babysitters at all. I never get questioned on what I do. If I say something and a question comes up about it, they always back me. They never demand me to provide proof or something like that of why I do something. They're so respectful of me. They have a lot of confidence. They think that we're like the smartest people that came out of the United States. So they have this idea that they really do respect you, which is a really nice benefit. And so that has been a wonderful experience here. I teach and I do work hard when I'm at school. It's not easy. I didn't come in with any teaching experience, and it's not easy. And I work more than it sounds like, but it's not killer at all. It's not your senior year of college or a real job where you work 40 hours a week either. So it's really great that way. You get a lot of time to get to know people, sit in the sala de profes and just like talk with teachers, which is amazing. I recommend you do it when you can, just get to talk to people. So personally, it's been a really wonderful experience. On other levels, I've learned how to ski here, which has been really awesome, and spent a lot of my life skiing here, which has been great. Andorra is a beautiful, beautiful country. You've got beautiful landscape. If you like hiking, it's a beautiful place to live. So personally, it's been great. Professionally, it's been good because I came in pretty sure I didn't want to be a teacher, and I'm leaving sure I don't want to be a teacher. So, if any experience is supposed to help you know what you want to do the next year. And I really like this age group, but I cannot be a teacher in a full classroom. I found that through my experience, bad and good. And so that's really helpful. So professionally, I feel very grateful for this opportunity to live in a little place in Europe. Also, another benefit of living in Andorra is every person you ever meet will be like, Andorra, where is that and why? So it's great. I mean, it really is a great conversation starter. So I think it's a great place to live. I think you'll enjoy your time here. And despite the challenges, Encamp is a great place to work, and the people can't ask for better.